Well, it's Wednesday, and on the new schedule, Wednesday is Septuagint Day. So let's look at Genesis 1:5 in the Greek Old Testament. Can you translate this? That was excellent. Here's my translation. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And it became evening, and it became early, day one. Okay, so looking at it in a little bit slower motion. And called God the light day, and the darkness he called. Okay, so and this is the subject. It's nominative, but it comes after the verb because we're kind of following the Hebrew order a little bit here. This is tophos, a neuter word because the article never lies. Tophos is neuter. Light is neuter. Hemeron is feminine because the alpha, it's accusative feminine singular. God called it, it's kind of a double accusative, it's bam, bam. He called the light day, like a pebble going across the pond. And the darkness, also accusative, the article never lies, accusative neuter, skotos. He called, these are, notice, recurrence of the same word. We'll parse it in a moment. He called it what? He called it nukta. He called it night. This is accusative feminine singular. It's not feminine because the A, alpha. This is feminine because the alpha. This alpha is coincidentally also feminine. It's just nux, the word for night, is feminine. It's a third declension. And with third declension nouns, you just, most of the time, have to memorize what the gender is. And it doesn't really matter for translation. And it became evening. Interesting, in modern Greek, if you want to say good evening, you say kalispera. They've chopped the E off the front, or hespera. They've chopped the he off in modern Greek. But anyway, it became evening and it became proi. I translate early. Now, maybe it means morning. Maybe it does mean morning. I didn't look it up, but I'm used to translating proi as early. Same sense, right? It may be that it may be that in the Septuagint it means morning. I'm not sure. But then we have day one. Mia is the feminine form of the word for one. Well, let's do a little grammar. So let's parse this puppy here, since it appears twice. Sen, if you've been on this journey with me for a while, if you did First John with me, if you've been around, you know that sen is aorist active indicative third singular. And with the augment on front, it is kaleo. Take the augment off and the ending stuff off. And with kale, let's put an omega on it. Now, what I usually say is a nu with an epsilon in front of it is often a movable nu. Throw it away. That leaves us with epsilon, which is a very common third-person singular past tense ending, actually active indicative ending. And with the sigma epsilon, it's aorist active indicative third singular. The sen in and of itself tells me it is aorist active indicative third singular. Okay. On this line, the recurring verb is ageneto, which, if you've done much Greek, should quickly trigger genomai. Genomai means to become, and it became evening. But gen, oh my, it's deponent. Oh my, it's deponent. So this toe is an active, it's a passive looking ending, but we're going to translate it actively. Actually, the word become can't become passive, right? It's a being kind of verb, becoming kind of verb. It doesn't involve action, so it can't become passive. So we say this is aorist because of gen. I've just memorized gen as it's not just the aorist stem, but that's the most common stem that gen would be. So it's aorist, deponent, indicative, or technically it's aorist middle deponent because the form is middle, indicative, third singular from genomai. Okay, I think that's it for the grammar. So see if you can pronounce this. Here's my pronunciation. Kai ekalasen hotheos, tophos hemeron, kai toskotos ekalasen nukta, kai ageneto es hespera, kai ageneto proi, hemera mia. Okay, this has been Genesis 1:5 in the LXX, which is Roman numeral for 70, Septuagint. And the reason it's called that is because of the legend that at Alexandria, the Bible was first translated into Greek by 70 individuals. Ptolemaeus, what was his name? My brain is not doing well. Philadelphus, Ptolemy Philadelphus the second, I think it was, around the year 250, according to tradition, wanted to have a copy of every book in the library at Alexandria. So the tradition goes. And so a Pentateuch was translated. This has been Silly Songs with Ken, Genesis 1:5 in the Septuagint.